Alright, we shall be looking at ISM222. The course title is Introduction to Applied Mathematics for Science. Alright, this week we shall be considering approximation. Under approximation, what we shall be looking at is rounding. There are three ways to rounding numbers. 1 to the nearest 10, 100, 1000. 2 is to a certain number of significant figure. 3 is to a certain number of decimal places. Alright, let's consider the first one, which is to the nearest 10, 100, 1000. We have example before us here, which says a football match is watched by 56,742 people. Write this number correct to the nearest 10,000, B 1000, C 10. Alright, the first one, which is to the nearest 10,000, 56,742 to the nearest 10,000 will give us 60,000. 60,000 is nearer to 10,000. How did we come about this 60,000? Now, 10,000 have how many zeros? 4 zeros. So we are expected to have 4 zeros in this 56,742. And the first number to become 0 is 6, followed by 7, 4, and 2. Now, considering 6 now, in a rounding of number, when a number is above 4, it rounds up to become 1, and we add it to the previous one. But when it's below 5, it rounds down to become 0. And even if we add it to the previous number, it will still remain the previous number. So looking at this now, the first number in 56,742 to become 0 is 6. The first number is 6, and this 6 is above 4. So what will happen is it will round up to become 1, and we add it to the 5. Before it. And if we add 1 to 5, we shall have 6, and that is why we have 60,000. B 56,742 to the nearest 1000 means we are to leave 3 zeros. Now the first number to become 0 is 7. 7 is above 4. So what will happen is it will round up to become 1, and we add it to 6, and we end up having 7. That is how we are able to get 57,000 to the nearest 1000. The C, which is to the nearest 10, 56,742. 10 is having just 1 0. That means in this value we shall be having 1 0. And the number, or the only number to become 0 is 2. And 2 is below 5, which means it will round down to become 0. And this is what we have as the answer. Alright, the next one is to a certain number of significant figure. Example, write each of the following correct to 3 significant figure. Alright, let me explain something about significant figure. Significant figure are non-zero digit. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 are significant figure. But 0 is not a significant figure. 0 is a significant figure only if it is in between two non-zero digits. Alright, now 47316 to 3 significant figure. The question 47316 is having how many significant figure? Let's count. 4, 1, 7, 2, 3, 3, 1, 4, 6, 5. We're having 5 significant figure. If we are to write this in 3 significant figure, that means we are leaving 3 digits, and then the remaining becomes 0. And the numbers we are leaving is 4, 7, and 3. Now, observe, the first number to become 0 is 1. 1 is not above 5. So what happens is it will round down to become 0, and we have 0, 0. And our answer is 57300. This is to 3 significant figure. The next one, which is B, 303971 to 3 significant figure. In this case, the first 0 is a significant figure because it is in between two non-zero digits. Now, the 3 digit to become 0 will begin from 9, 7, and 1. Alright, 9 is above 5. So what happened to 9 is it will round up to become 1, and we add it to 3 before it. And the 3 will now give us 4. That is how we got 304,000. This is to 3 significant figure. 20.453 to 3 significant figure. What we have here is 205. Decimal point doesn't matter in significant figure. And D, which is 0.004368 to 3 significant figure. You see, the 3 zeros before the numbers are not significant. Zeros before numbers are not significant, and also last zeros are not significant. To three significant figure, what we shall be having now will be 0.00437, which is to 3 SF. Alright, to a certain number of decimal places. Example, write each of the following numbers correct to the number of decimal places stated. The first one is 0.3741 to 2 decimal place. All this is telling us is that we are to leave two numbers after the decimal point. Now, how many numbers we have? If you notice now, we have four numbers after the decimal point, which are 3, 7, 4, and 1. These are the numbers after decimal point. But the question is requesting us to leave or to correct this to two decimal place, which means we have to leave two numbers, which will be 3 and what? 7. And observe the first number, which is 4, to become 0 is below 5. So what happened to 4? 4 will round down to become 0, and even if we add 0 to 7, we'll get 7, or no need to add. And the result we shall be having is 0.32. Now this is to two decimal places, and if you observe, we have just two numbers after the decimal point. The B, which is 3.8451 to two decimal places. You know, the question 3.8451 is in four decimal places. To two decimal places, what we shall be having is 3.85. C, 142.8315 to one decimal places. To one decimal place. So we shall be having 142.8. D, which is 0.000851 to four decimal place. So what we shall end up having is 0.0009. You see the 5 after that 8 is above 4. So it round up to become 1 and we add it to 8, and that gives us 9. Alright, now this is another example, and it says that we should state the upper and lower bound for each of the following quantities and write an inequality for the actual value in each cases. Now A, we have 4 millimeter to the nearest millimeter. Alright, now what this question now what it's trying to tell us is that this 4 is not actually the actual value. Now there is a range of values where the actual value actually lies on. Now, this range of values now, the maximum value we term it upper bound, and the minimum level we term it lower bound. Now, the upper bound for 4 millimeter is 4.5 millimeter. Yeah, that is, if you add 0.5 to 4, we shall end up having 4.5 millimeter. The lower bound now is 3.5 millimeter. That is to say, if you subtract that same 0.5 from 4 millimeter, you shall have 3.5 millimeter. Now the inequality for A now will be 3.5, which is the lower bound, 3.5 millimeter, less than or equal to the actual value, less than 4.5 millimeter. Now you can observe that the actual value is actually in between 3.5 and below 4.5 millimeter. All right, let's go to the B, the B question. The B says 15 kg to the nearest kilogram. So 15 kg to the nearest kilogram. 15 kg lies in between what values? Now what will happen is the same thing as we did in the previous question. Now what will happen is you add 0.5 to 15 kg, and what we shall be having will be 15.5, okay, kg as the upper bound, and the lower bound in this case is 14.5 kg. That is, if you subtract 0.5 from 15, you end up having 14.5 kg. So the actual value now is from 14.5 and below 15.5 kg. Yeah, that is to say the actual value is from 14.5, 14.6, 14.7, 14.8, 14.9, 15, continuously, but is not up to 15.5. That is why we have just this less than symbol here. All right, this third one, which is 4.56 meter to the nearest centimeter. Now this one now to the nearest centimeter, if you observe now, we have just 2 digits after the decimal point. So what we shall be doing is that we shall add, or okay, we shall add 0.005, 0.05, we shall add 0.05 to 4.56. When we add it, it's okay, give me just a second, let me check my calculator. 4.56 plus 0.05, 4.56 plus 4.405. So what we should add here now, what we are adding here is 0.005. If you add 0.005 to this now, please, I just check the calculator to be sure. If you add now, if you observe, we have two numbers after the decimal point, which means we are adding zero. The 00 denote the numbers after decimal point. Now, if you observe that 15, the previous question we actually treated, which is 15, there is nothing after decimal point. That is why we have 0.5. Okay, if or had it been we have 15.1, what we shall be adding there will be 0.05. Now in the case of C, now we have 2 digits now. What we shall add now to get our upper bound will be 0.005. And if we add 0.005 to it, what we shall be getting will be 4.565 meter. And if we still subtract 0.005 from 4.56, what we shall be having will be 4.555 millimeter. Now the actual value will lies from will lies from 4.555 and below 4.565. Alright, I have exercise for you here to actually do. Round each of the following number to the nearest 10. A 108, B 199, C 3471, D 59, E 33, F 451. And the second question is round the number 4765173 to A, the nearest million, B, the nearest 10, C, the nearest 1000, D, the nearest 100. And the third exercise is write each of the following correct to three significant figure. We have A to G in this case. Alright. The next, another question is vary round the number 374.49 to 375. A. Explain what mistake he has made. B. Describe how Barry tried to round the number and then give the correct answer. Barry actually made a mistake in this rounding up. Actually, I'm just giving you an hint. Then you know how to go ahead with it. Just try to locate the error and then you give the correct answer, which is what B is actually requesting us to do. Alright, assignment for you here is state the upper and lower bound for each of the following quantities and write the inequalities for the actual value in each case. A is 35 millimeter to the nearest millimeter, B 11 kg to the nearest kg, C 9.23 meter to the nearest centimeter. Thank you very much.